Hey guys, how we doing?
Afternoon, guys.
Joe here.
Kevin.
All right, we got to talk about John Spencer.
Yeah. First off, what a great performance.
Yeah.
You know, as a farewell performance.
Yeah.
I mean,
that was chilling. It was
haunting. I didn't know how much, but I've been thinking about it all week.
Me too.
That performance of him.
Hard to get out of your head.
Yeah, he was
that gasp. It was just,
Yeah, like the look of like pain and confusion and horror on his face.
Yeah.
What a great actor.
Underrated.
Yeah.
Honestly, and when it happened, we weren't sure if he was dying.
Well, you don't know because they don't, like, even to the end of the episode, they don't show it. They don't. We haven't gotten the resolution yet that we're going to get in this episode. I mean, we don't even. I mean, let's be honest. We're not even 100% sure that he's dead.
Sure,
but I mean, he obviously was left out. Like, no one found out like overnight.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm pretty sure that he's dead.
And nobody spoiled anything on Patreon, but like a lot of the comments alluded to the fact that this is final.
Sure.
And it's like, okay,
God, what a great actor, man!
I know, and he had some health problems in real life, and a lot of folks,
and maybe that's why he was written off the show.
Well, he passed in real life from a heart attack.
Yeah, and I don't think it was that long after.
No.
After this.
So yeah, this is going to be a tough one, I'm sure. And if that was the last conversation that Bartlett and Leo had,
I was thinking about that too. It was like,
breaks
man,
my heart.
A mutual agreement that he should step out of his position, and that was the end of their relationship. That's tough, man. How does that weigh on the president moving forward?
Heavy,
like,
probably.
That's their goodbye.
Heavy, and I hope that we get sometimes they do flashbacks in the show. I hope that we get some.
Sure, yeah, I doubt we're like never going to see Leo again in some capacity.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
It's weird. We just lost John Amos in the show, and now we lost Leo. It's like, it sucks.
Yeah, it really does.
It really does.
Well, I mean, we're setting up a new season here. Maybe we bring on some new characters,
I'm sure.
Just,
get ready for the end.
Oh, right. You're doing a show that's 150 episodes plus long. You're going to change some cast members.
Absolutely.
All right, we should go and get started here. I do want to go ahead and thank all of our Patreon subscribers for being here with us. And I'd like to give a special thank you to Actuarial Lurker, Balash Fuldez, Chris, Derek Peterson, Jeff, Christy Goverston, NJ, Sudu Gundavarapu, Torgir Lingstad, Weird Magic, and WearPanda47. Thank you so much, guys. Really grateful here with us.
Yes, we are. And if you're watching us on YouTube for the first time, welcome to our channel. If you might hit the like button for us, please leave us a comment down below and hit the subscribe button so you stay up to date on the new content we have coming your way.
If you would like to see a full-length reaction to this and everything else that we have watched or we are currently watching, please check out the link in the description below to our Patreon page. On every show, including The West Wing, or at least 4 episodes ahead on Patreon, and we're on YouTube. You will have to sync and watch along on your own source material.
Yes.
You'll only see us for copyright purposes. Yeah, see, that's the other thing is Leo's kind of pushed into helping out here.
They foreshadowed a little bit when she told him he should see a cardiologist.
Yeah.
So that's really sad.
I did.
I think the president should address the joint session of Congress.
I'm still trying to get a hold of him, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, signal. Try Mr. McGarry again. It's urgent. Signing a peace accord in 4 hours. His cell phone should be stapled to his forehead.
The Republican leadership's in the Roosevelt room. They've been waiting 20 minutes.
Waiting why?
They have a meeting with Leo.
You can't find him.
Somebody put it together and make a call to Camp David and look for him.
Leo's got a thing at Foggy Bottom.
Someone's got to pay for 20,000 peacekeepers to enforce your peace deal, and the money's not coming out of the soy-based fuel subsidy. Story goes to Congress, and whose kids are going to serve and who's going to pay, and I don't have to honk. I'll repave the road.
We called this meeting to talk about a tax cut, a $300 expansion of the child tax credit.
If we do tax cuts on top of peacekeeping, we'll drown in red ink.
Yikes.
Signal's still trying to reach Leo.
Thank you.
Is no one not concerned yet?
Well, they're in such transition from Camp David back here.
Yeah.
If it was a normal day, maybe.
We need this vote, sir, if it means choking down a tax credit.
I think we should wait for Leo.
Do they find that now we know?
They think it's a massive heart attack. They're flying him to Bethesda Naval right now.
Oh, he's still alive.
Okay, he's still alive.
Thank God, yeah.
I think it was all night. Were they talking the night before, or was it early in the morning?
I think it was early in the morning.
That'd be big. That'd be way different if it was early in the morning.
Because it looked like that wasn't dusk, but it kind of.
It was dark.
Yeah. So it could have been early in the morning.
Could have been. I assumed it was the night before.
Every minute damages the heart muscle more.
What kind of damage?
They don't know yet.
Oh, Margaret.
He will have to resign after this, for sure.
Yeah,
The Security Council resolution would be ideal.
That was the last time we saw him. That would have been really.
I mean, it still might be.
You've near total blockage.
I wasn't even sure we were going to see him actually in the show.
I'm glad.
This isn't a guy who treats his body like a temple. No, Leo. I'd be lucky to get the president back for the signing. Let's get organized. Look, we're in the middle of an intersection without a traffic cop. What matters most the next 72 hours is showing that the peace accord can hold. In other words, a tax cut. We're just jacking up a tax credit that's already on the books.
Let's try to get statements endorsing the peace plan from every member of the UN Security Council.
You might want to start gathering statements from Security Council members. We can tell the president it was your idea.
Thanks.
It was. She already had the conversation.
This day's going to be an absolute nightmare.
Yeah. No one's in charge. Chaos.
Where are you going?
Meet Donna's plane at Andrews.
What? Leo's having his chest cracked open, and all morning you've been headed toward a high fructose coma. Stay off junk for the rest of the week. See if you can survive on, food, and I'll cook you dinner this weekend. You're on.
Stress actually restricts the flow of blood through the coronary arteries.
I mean, it's not an easy job.
Yeah.
Saying is, it's physiological. There's nothing you did.
What does that do to the flow of blood?
My God, I wouldn't know what to say to him either after that.
And it was seconds before it happened. Too,
it was right before it happened. Like, I do think that was the event that kicked it off.
Yeah.
Maybe he does survive, but I think you're right. I think he has to resign.
Let us do this with Congressman. I know you've got a big block of Democratic votes on Ways and Means, and you...
We're asking our constituents to support a huge troop deployment. We ought to give them something first. How many children will be eligible for this expanded credit? The deficit hawks are talking about capping the number of eligible kids.
What?
It's crazy when we're going to need 50, 60 billion for peacekeeping.
Jeez.
Just crazy.
I agree, Congressman.
Put a cap on the number of kids per family at 3 or 4.
Oh, my God. It's just fighting to fight.
Yeah, for real.
We'd prefer to leave the details to Congress.
Peacekeeping is going to explode the deficit.
These are
These are the processes that are always frustrating on this show.
That was a suggestion.
I don't think that...
Yeah, yeah. Got a brownie there?
It's just that Josh is diabetic, and I haven't had any lunch.
I heard you finished your courses. You're done at Georgetown.
I still got some requirements.
My sources say congressional leaders have concerns about the peace plan. So is it going to be Josh or Toby?
What?
The new White House chief of staff.
Yeah.
Gee, CJ, I think it's kind of neat the president single-handedly forged a major peace deal.
Well, jeepers, Brock. There's a power vacuum here, and your editors don't take puff pieces, and you...
I would never say jeepers.
Would too.
Would not.
Would too. Would not. We're talking about the virtual co-president. And you can't tell me who's running the place in his absence.
That's really true.
Yeah. But pretty soon, we're going to have to know who's filling his shoes.
That's the problem, is that she doesn't know. Yeah.
I've never been prouder to work here than I was this afternoon. Leo would be proud, too. We'll be proud.
You needed to hear that.
Yeah.
Some of the deficit hawks want us to cap the number of kids.
Let me know when you get a vote.
He's shirking a little bit, isn't he?
Yeah.
I'll let you know when we got a vote.
Thank you.
Josh is really... Everyone's really trying, but he's in his guilt.
For sure.
The president wants a unanimous Security Council vote. We've lost 3 countries in the last hour. I had to promise not to cap the number of kids.
At 4. I just told the deficit hawks we would.
There's nobody in charge.
Yeah. There better be 23 votes hidden in that line.
Okay. What if we get Treasury to crank out a quick estimate?
Just put CJ in charge.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
She seems to be the one. Yeah.
Mitigating all this.
About tomorrow's schedule.
I'm staying here.
All day. Sir, you have to name an interim chief of staff.
Leo is my interim chief of
For
staff.
2 days.
Oh, my God, yeah.
You want to walk in and take his car keys?
No, sir.
Read the coverage. We're doing fine.
Today? Sure.
You think we'd even be doing this without him?
No, sir. But Leo is one person. 290 million more, and they come first.
He's right. Toby's right. It's sad, but he's right. This is another of those moments where it's like, I know this sucks personally, but you've got to get back in the game.
You have to.
It's kind of like when the kidnapping, when Zoe got kidnapped.
Yeah. Do that so you can focus on this.
Yeah.
I feel like one of those Soviet premiers who's secretly been dead for 10 years.
It's so great to have you back. You're weak and you know you're weak.
Belly up to the griddle, Grisella.
Belly up to the griddle, Greta.
CJ's trying to trap me, and she's going down like a cheap pair of salad tongs.
Donna might not want to come back.
And then half of them wanted a cap on the number of kids. The other half didn't. Things fell apart. I'm here to sweeten the deal. A $400 tax credit.
Sure, I'll put him on speakerphone.
Is this Josh?
Speaker, the president's going postal over this tax credit.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
These two are idiots,
I may be able to talk him down, but you're going to have to move on peacekeeping now.
Hey, Josh.
Josh?
Toby?
Hi.
This showing how much they need someone in charge.
You have cell phones.
I'm oh so happy I could bring you two together.
I need to know when Toby's back from the Hill. He's trying to anoint himself Lord of the Flies.
Leo just got out of bypass. A few more hours, he could be out of the woods.
Then Leo won't be out of them for 3 or 4 months, and I have to ask,
His
who's the
recovery
new
time
White
is
House chief of
insane.
staff? I'm hearing Will Bailey.
Then you should have your hearing checked.
You think we go that way?
No.
Maybe. I mean,
It's gonna be you and me this weekend, baby, and you are wearing a floppy hat.
I don't know. If it is Will, that'd be a choice.
Yeah.
Wouldn't see that one coming.
Me neither.
The president's public schedules for the last 4 months, 53.7% of his time on ribbon cuttings and overseas tea ceremonies. If they don't get tax relief in this bill, I'm calling for a monarchs. So maybe the president will help people here at home. No one elected Leo, and no one elected you.
They really do make Congress frustrating on this show, don't they?
Every time. Every time, man.
Truth is, we could use your vote.
I'm very upset that your Justice Department hasn't filed a single amicus brief in the Oregon or Massachusetts gay marriage cases by introducing a bill to ban marriage.
We drop a bill to ban gay marriage.
No, he said marriage.
Yeah, that's what I picked up on, too.
My bill bans all marriage. If the government can't make it available to everyone, I want us out of the business entirely.
I get it. I mean,
Yeah,
I get it.
Gay marriage always should have been legal.
100%.
CJ says China's joined the opposition to a Security Council vote until Congress acts.
We need a coalition. We're being mugged by a melon worshiper.
Excuse me. You think this is your fault?
Yeah.
It's not.
He always takes that. He always really takes things.
He's my best friend.
I know.
I'm not the kind of person who has best friends.
You chose this. Both of you.
Leo stays in the tree if he wants to. We'll work around his recovery. Half days, whatever it takes.
He's not going to work half days. You've got to keep him out of that job.
Yeah.
He'll kill himself for you if you don't.
Big picture.
Yeah.
You want him to be okay.
He's not going to do half days and go home at noon and take a nap. He's not going to do that.
It's not him.
England, Iceland, Spain, and Canada have all pledged troops for peacekeeping. They even have troops. What do? All
Yes.
those little bottles of maple syrup?
Jesus.
There's an army.
Leo's heart's beating on its own. He's still critical, but he's off the heart and lung machine.
I think he's going to be okay.
No, I guess you really don't hear much about the Canadian Army, but
No.
but they're there.
You hear about the American Army because that's what we spend all our money on.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
What's this?
Pen.
Am I having a bar mitzvah?
It's for the peace signing.
Can't have anything to do with the peace agreement.
Let's just say you were a blood donor.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real. I mean,
As a Treasury Secretary on TV.
That's true.
CJ's rolling out cabinet heavyweights. We ought to loop her in on that tax cut, actually.
It would substantially increase the deficit. And I
Oh, no.
the president won't sign it.
No one told her. There's no one in charge.
Maybe we should have looped her in sooner.
Or ever?
Yeah, that too.
I'll call our press office, see if we can roll this thing back.
yeah. Get a freaking email chain going or
Yeah,
something, dude. Like, come on.
Or just don't leave each other's hip.
So you just want to run this off the top of your head?
I want to run off something, anything. A decision-making tree. Till Leo gets back, I try to tell the president to give you the job.
Maybe Josh is going to be the new chief of staff.
We mentioned that
I mean,
last
it
week.
makes the most sense. He's the deputy.
Yeah.
Your meeting with the president yesterday, I'm getting questions.
He wanted a few thoughts on NATO's role in peacekeeping?
We have all the NATO countries. Call state, draft a press release. Every NATO member's endorsed the peace accord. We're moving the goalpost and claiming the match.
Oh, smart. Or she can be in charge.
No, we've mentioned that several times. Yeah.
I think she's the second smartest person in the administration.
I agree with you.
I'd like to know why my Treasury Secretary is on national television denouncing a tax cut I never saw because of an estimate I never asked for.
We're close to 60 Democratic votes. You might face a decision about the fall legislative agenda. Would you prefer a bill to appoint an American monarch or a ban on the institution of marriage?
You tell the Speaker and the Majority Leader that I'm sending those peacekeepers to the Middle East. If Congress wants to feed them, pay them, or ever bring them back, that's entirely up to them.
So he came to see me. She told me you finished up at Georgetown.
I wish he stopped telling people that.
He doesn't want to graduate.
The president made me promise that when I got the degree, I'd leave this job.
What? Is he leaving too?
Oh, my God.
He doesn't want me holding his jacket for the rest of my life.
There's going to be a real cast shakeup on the show.
We're
isn't
definitely
there?
getting that. I mean,
It's so sad to see.
yeah, man. Yeah.
Mhm.
Your friends first.
Fired, Leo. You can delegate, work part-time.
Oh, he's still on this.
You remember what you told me when you offered me the job?
I need you to jump off a cliff.
And I'd do it again. But you need a new chief
Yeah.
of staff.
He
Yeah.
can't do it.
No.
Yeah. I'm glad I got to hear it from him.
Me too. And I'm glad we get to see him and hear him.
We came here to put the job first. I just thought we'd have a longer line of creditors all.
Only one name.
Is it Josh?
It's got to be Josh.
Rocky couple of days.
Camp
That's my
David's like a
fault. No one
lifetime
else.
ago.
Yeah.
So I imagine we'll see some pretty rough third and fourth day stories. Go spend some time with my outgoing chief of staff.
Oh, look at him. Seeing Margaret there is a killer, too.
It is.
CJ, there's something I need you to do for me. Jump off a cliff.
Wow, it is going to be CJ.
Holy cow.
I do think that she is, after the president, the smartest person in the group.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
Because when we both said Josh, I was like, all right. But
Josh makes sense, too. They both make sense.
So we got a new press secretary?
Have to, right? Someone's got to be doing the press conferences.
Okay. Lots to talk about.
Yeah. Okay, so John Spencer McGarry did not die.
He did not die. Thank God.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
But he's leaving the show.
That's sad. It's still sad to see him go, but
right.
I'm glad
He
his character
didn't have to die.
Right off in the sunset. And it leaves, the possibility to return a guest appearance.
Sure.
I hope that we do see him again. And he's in the main credits.
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, if John Spencer himself is having health issues,
that's more important than being on TV.
It's just this might be a way to just get him off the show and
100%. I agree.
Focus on himself, which makes a lot of sense because that's exactly what they did with the character, right? That's the line. I know you want to be here, but you've got to take care of yourself first. And I love the fact that they wove that into the story.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, what's important is that you stay alive,
right?
And that you take care of yourself. And it's obviously.
He still died young.
He passed away.
Really sad.
But we had so many episodes with so many great moments from Leo that I'll never forget.
Absolutely towering presence on the show.
Yeah, and I want to see who's going to come in and replace CJ.
Yeah,
because I'm going to miss seeing her in that little room.
Yeah, I mean, it's just been so clear. I mean, obviously, I felt like Josh made the most sense because he was the deputy, right? And it is largely Josh's show. Yeah. I really feel like, if you're going to,
last week.
More so than the president, I feel like this is kind of Josh's show.
For sure.
But she's always been so on top of everything.
Look how she handled things this episode.
Right. Yeah. I
killed it.
I feel like that she was the least running around with her hair on fire, of the three.
Yeah.
That seemed to be the most on top of everything. And she always is, There's always times when, there's argument and debate about what direction everything should go on the show.
Yeah.
And it turns out 9 times out of 10, she's on the right side of that argument, whether they listen to her or not.
For sure.
You do what CJ says and things go well, or you don't do what CJ said and things don't go well. She just really has a brilliant political mind and great instincts, and I think it's a really great choice.
Me too. I'm very curious to see the next episode. Season 6 has been great so far.
Yeah, and I think Charlie's going to leave.
We should mention Charlie. Dang it, man. Okay, so I hope he gets his send off. I hope he gets his flowers.
Yeah,
too.
for sure.
Charlie basically is the president's only son.
Yeah, I know, right? I can't imagine the show without Dule Hill on it. I know
can't either.
He wasn't on at the very beginning. It was a couple episodes in before he actually was cast and joined the show.
Just a large presence.
But oh my God, so great all the way through, so great.
One of the best moments of the show is when the president gave him the carving knife.
I love that a lot.
It's the one thing from the show that's really, really stuck with me. One of the many things that stuck with me, and seeing, like you said in the beginning, the show continue and to switch it up after 100 and some episodes, it's like, okay.
Yeah, we're over 100 episodes. We're like 110 episodes in, and we're changing casts.
And it's like, all right,
some cast members.
This is how things have to progress, I guess.
The nature of everything. Yeah. I am curious to see what Will's role is going to be now.
Yeah,
because I think his role is changing. He went in with the president. We don't really get much of a. Oh wait, he was talking about NATO.
Yeah.
But they at least dropped the hint that it's possible that Will's role is going to change on the show.
Yeah.
Maybe he's not going to be working for Bob Russell. Maybe now that there's more holes in the administration side, maybe Will comes back to work for Bartlett. Maybe he becomes the press secretary.
Honestly, that'd be cool.
It would. He can obviously do it.
I can see him doing it.
We've seen him kind of in that role when he was running that campaign in California.
For sure. And, look, Russell's a tough hang.
We haven't seen him for a while,
We haven't seen Bob for a while, so I'm sure we'll see Bob soon.
We'll definitely see Bob as we start getting closer to the presidential election, when he's going to be one of the main candidates.
I want to see that. I want to see what kind of campaign he's running.
Yeah.
So
very exciting. Appreciate it, guys. We'll see you on the next one.
See ya.